What's up YouTube, it's your boy Kakashi Crypto. This is how it's going down. On this video, I'm going to be giving you a update on my passive profit platforms as well as what's going on in the market.
Defi, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Having money on my mind, I having money in my pocket. Bone marrow roasted, spread it on the rosemary bread, lightly toasted, drizzle with the vinaigrette.
So looking at Bitcoin in the last week, we have had nice pumpage, very nice pumpage. Okay, was it around 12%, 13%? Now we have halted a bit, so I'm hoping that we do something similar where here we pumped a similar amount and then we traded sideways. Whenever the market trades sideways, this is good for altcoins because people tend to take their Bitcoin profits, they dump it into altcoins, and then you can see good exponential gains. One thing you do need to remember though is that even though altcoins pump, they don't necessarily pump in Bitcoin value. So from my research and from the knowledge I've soaked up in the last couple of days, I've come to find out that Chainlink is a coin that doesn't lose its Bitcoin value and it's continued to hold its Bitcoin value. So let me show you what I mean. So this is Chainlink. This is the weekly chart for Chainlink. And yes, we have had a bit of a dump, but this is since it went up to like $20. Okay, so this is just an outlier. You need to look at the macro trend. Okay, look how excuse me, look at how it's been slowly gradually inclining, as well as the 20-week moving average just going up and up and up, and it came down to test it here. So if you had bought here, it would have been a very good time. But essentially Chainlink is a coin that doesn't lose its Bitcoin value in comparison to some of these other coins that tend to go up in fiat value like dollar, euro, pound, but in terms of its Bitcoin value, whenever Bitcoin has a pump, they tend to lose value. So for that reason, keeping your coins, your altcoins in the top 10, you're set to see less losses. Okay, just bear that in mind. And I do believe in November the whole crypto markets will start to go crazy again, so now would potentially be a good time to load up on Chainlink. On top of that, guys, the RSI is sort of looking to have bottomed out, and this is on the weekly, so this has some significance. You can see in the past where the RSI has bottomed out here, it's been followed by decent pumps lasting several different weeks. Here as well, should I go on? Now it's cooled off from its $20 high and it's about to converge. The blue line is about to go over the orange line, and we are hopefully about to see another pump. To what price levels, I do not know. I'm not going to predict here and say, oh, it's going to go to this level. It's just good to have diversified portfolio. Having said that, we're going to move on to diversification and the fat mistakes that I've made that you should not repeat. So the first platform we'll be talking about is Bitalium. Okay, so Bitalium seems to have rugged on everyone. Okay, you can see here these are nice profits. I thought I was a genius doing what I did, and ultimately, guys, these funds are lost. So if you're seeing this now, you're thinking of entering Bitalium, do not enter it. It's a mistake. Okay, but my mindset, I have a growth mindset. Okay, so raw hustlers, they always make it back. I will make this back. Okay, I will make this back and then some, either in the next quarter or within the next year. It doesn't matter, I will make it back. Okay, it's just a number. Having said that, we can close this browser. Other passive platforms that are doing quite well for me are BetFury, PGE Global and CubaTech, but we'll talk about BetFury at first. So basically, this is an iGaming platform. What you have to do basically is you mine the FBG tokens, and you get rewarded with FBG BTC. Be careful not to mine with the TRX because ultimately the payout isn't as good. So with FBG BTC, you can see here on a monthly basis I am making £84, and when I did start this was around £61, £61, £62 or so. And obviously, as the price of Bitcoin goes up, this payout will continue to go up, so it's very nice to see. One thing you do need to bear in mind is that over time your FBG tokens will get diluted, because obviously if more people are mining FBG, then your share of the dividend pool is less. But having said that, it is a reliable platform in my opinion. You can see here just in the last in the last week or so, this is how much I've accumulated in Bitcoin value. When I entered this was around 59 Bitcoin, so this is continuing to grow and grow. So yeah, just have that on your radar if you are thinking to enter. Nice passive profits. You do get ROI after 7 to 8 months. So if you are willing to wait that long, then go ahead, dive in. Next up, we have PGE Global, and I will leave a link in the description for all of these platforms, by the way. PGE Global, you can see here, this is what I've been paid out so far. I haven't been paid for the last 3 days or so, but I'm going to message them and hopefully they get that sorted out. Anyway, with this platform, you can only withdraw on Mondays, so do bear that in mind. Try keep your Mondays free if you can, because otherwise you'll have to wait another week before you get your profits. But I entered $1,000 and $100, and they are set to double my money over the space of 200 days or so. So similar to Bet Fury, where it takes like half a year or so before you get ROI, but then it's sweet. Well, less than half a year to get ROI, maybe 3-4 months to get ROI. Having said that, we are moving on to CubaTech. So CubaTech is a similar platform. CubaTech is a newer platform as well, actually, and you guys also have to do your own research. But basically, you have several different packages here. You have a $100 package, 1,000, 10,000, 50, 500, 5,000, 25k, and the 100k package. Okay, so depending on your level of risk tolerance, then you can enter this contract here, and then you will be able to get passive profits on your earnings. So you can deposit in either ETH or Bitcoin, I believe, and then you can either choose to withdraw your money in USDT, BTC, or in ETH, if I'm not mistaken. You guys would need to confirm that, but you can see here I got 0.83% from my $500 deposit, so I'm looking to enter more. One thing you do need to bear in mind, there's a 2.5 withdrawal fee, and also you don't get paid straight away. It takes around, I think, 48 hours to 72 hours before you're entered into their system and before you can earn money. They also have bots that you can buy and you can attach to your APIs on Binance and was it Coinbase? You guys would need to confirm, but as you need to see here, it's not always profitable, but although they have got more profitable trades than they do have negative trades, just bear that in mind. So yeah, those are the passive profit platforms that I'm using at the moment. So yeah, just have a blast if you're going to use them. Use my referral link. Don't go too crazy. Learn from my mistakes. Just put in something you're willing to lose, and I don't think you'll lose them. Okay, so main bit of news that we were talking about is PayPal entering the crypto space. So if you guys haven't seen my Twitter, go ahead and follow that. What are you doing? Okay, but if you haven't seen it, PayPal have entered the crypto space like we called on this channel. Even though I just read the article, but I still mentioned it before everyone else sort of talked about it. Not that other YouTubers didn't talk about it, but basically PayPal have around 300 million users, 320 million users. So they are now announcing their entrance into the crypto space. So you can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think Litecoin, and some other crypto, maybe like XRP. However, don't buy XRP, that's a shit coin. But yeah, on the announcement of that news, the price of Bitcoin did surge such that it went past the $13,000 mark. Previously it was trading around 11.5 or so, and yeah, it's had a nice pump, a nice 10% pump, 13% pump, or whatever. If you entered a leverage position, then you would have been doing quite well. It's very interesting to see all these institutions FOMOing into Bitcoin, as I mentioned in my previous video. On top of that, guys, basically, there are traders saying that we are now, repeating cycles of 2017. As you can see by the title here, there are several, well-known macro traders such as Raoul Paul who've just become infatuated with Bitcoin. Not only him, Michael Saylor as well, CEO of MicroStrategy, and several countless others. But basically what he's saying is that the log price chart is the most widely used scale by technical analysts. A logarithmic chart simply means a chart that represents common percentage changes with equal spacing in a scale. Raoul Pal, the founder and CEO of Real Vision Group, says that Bitcoin's monthly log chart is highly optimistic. He wrote, to quote him, "It is a Bitcoin kind of day. The monthly log chart with the regression lines is a really something to behold. One of the nicest, most powerful chart patterns I have ever seen. And looking at the logarithmic chart, you can see here these, tops here are the speculative bubbles, I believe, that we enter after a bull run. So this is 2017 and this is 2013. At the moment, we're just breaking the downtrend of the previous 3 years or so. As you guys know, Bitcoin is expected to do well in the next year, 18 months, 24 months. In that next time frame, it's expected to do well, and only now are institutions starting to realize it. That's why PayPal is rolling into the crypto space, and several other different crypto companies. Okay guys, just to give you a bit of broader perspective, this is the Dow Jones chart in presidential election years. So you can see that in September and October there isn't much market growth, as we have seen in the whole crypto market space. September we saw a bloodbath of red across several different currencies, okay, especially Bitcoin, and even worse so the altcoins. Having said that, we have seen some recovery in October, following this chart here. So if things are to repeat and things are to be cyclical, then in November we are set to see more gains. Okay, we're set to see very, very nice gains, followed by even bigger gains in December. And there was someone I was following, Benjamin Cohen. He states that historically Ethereum does quite well, or historically Ethereum is a good time. It's a good time to buy Ethereum in December, because in the first quarter or so it tends to pump quite well. So do you have that on your horizon? One more piece of news and then I'm ending the video. But this is the M2 money supply versus inflation. Okay, so it's not exactly tit for tat, but it's more or less correlated. Okay, so whenever there is large quantities of money being printed, and inflation tends to go ballistic. Okay, so you can see here 1943, around the war or so, the amount of money being printed, the M2 money growth was around 17%, and then it followed by how much inflation? 17 or 19% inflation at its maximum. Okay, then we can see here 13% money growth, followed by how much? 12% inflation, and yada yada yada. You get the gist of it, guys. Okay, you can see here prehistorically how it's sort of how this been correlated. Okay, now you can see here 2020 COVID-19, what the effects have been on the M2 money supply, and this has been undeniably the largest amount of money printed ever in the history of the world. In the history of the world. There was something I read online stating that around 20% of all the dollars in existence were printed in 2020. Okay, I don't know how much truth there is to that, but it sounds sort of around true. Okay, and with all the stimulus packages, all the furloughs around the world, boy, the inflation that is set to come, bear in mind, guys, the inflation isn't straight away. Okay, the inflation takes some years to kick in. Where am I going with this? Bitcoin, it's not just a new monetary system, it's an anti-inflationary piece of just hard, like, I don't know how to explain Bitcoin in good enough words. Basically, inflation is good for Bitcoin price. Okay, it just means that the Bitcoin that we have, because it's such hard money, is worth a lot more because of the vast decline in the value of the money that we have. Okay, this just means that the price of Bitcoin on top of the bull run, I believe will explode. Okay, I don't know what to heights. I don't know to what heights the markets will explode to, but I 100% believe that the markets are gonna do phenomenally well and outpace a lot of people's predictions. Plan B, he has the stock to flow, which I can quickly go over. So guys, this is the stock to flow, and ever since, let me just zoom in. Okay, so this is the stock to flow, guys. You can see here, we are starting to set in higher levels. As with the last bull run, we came closer to the stock to flow value before sort of having several pullbacks. So expect this in the next year or so. I do believe it will be slightly stagnated and not be as rapid as we have seen in 2016, 2017. However, I do believe by 2021, at least by the end of the year, we should surpass the all-time high of Bitcoin of the 20k level. I personally believe that in around the first quarter of 2021 that Bitcoin will surpass this all-time high, if not mid 2021, if not the end of 2021. Okay, so just do what you have to do to make as much money as you can to earn Bitcoin. Yes, these passive profit platforms are super risky, but they, at the end of the day, if you do your due diligence and you're able to clarify which ones you believe are legit, which ones have staying power, then you're able to sort of double your money, if not triple it, just for for having crypto. But at the same time, a lot of them can be scams, so it's important to just do some research. Google or YouTube the platforms I've mentioned to you. If there is good community support and good community comments about the platform, then it doesn't guarantee it's a good platform to enter, but it just means it's more reliable. Okay, that's been the video, guys. Smash up the like button, hit subscribe if you're new. I'm out.